Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Open Playbook. I'm your host, Ruben Davis, aka Big Rube. And in today's video, I'm going to be getting into this Philadelphia Eagles versus my Commanders in the NFC Championship matchup. We're going to be going over the injury report, keys to victory, and just one of my big takeaways and some picks and things like that. But before we enter that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you can get notifications anytime I make a video. Like this video, drop a comment down below your thoughts on the game. What are your keys to victory for each team? Trash talk a little bit if you need to, but be respectful. Be respectful. All right. I know you Eagles fans like to get out of pocket, but don't end up like them Lions fans. Don't end up like them Lions fans. All right. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. Going to get started with the injury report here. Obviously, as y'all know, we got a big loss here. No Sam Cosmi, of course, with that ACL injury, season ending. That's a big loss right there. He's one of our best offensive linemen. I say it's right there between him and Tyler Biotish as far as best and most important. But Trent Scott came in and stepped up last weekend. I believe it'll be Trent Scott that'll be likely replacing him. Nothing really else notable on the injury report for the Commanders. Seems like a lot of guys are getting rest. I think Bobby Wagner's going to be clear to go. He was limited, but I think they've been resting a lot of guys. A lot of guys are just getting limited. A lot of guys are just banged up very late in the season. We're super deep in the season. A lot of guys have not played this deep or haven't played this deep in a while. So to be expected. On the Eagles side of things, big potential loss for them. Cam Jurgens did not practice again today at Thursday's practice. That's huge for them. Their young center coming in replacing Jason Kelsey. It's the center position for the Eagles is extremely important for them and what they do with the tush push. And without Cam Jurgens or somebody who's good at running that tush push, that could be a huge advantage for the Commanders there on short downs, like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They might not be as likely to go for it. I mean, in the last matchup, when Jalen Hurts went out, they weren't going for those tush pushes with Kenny Pickett in. So, we could see another thing here with Cam Jurgens. Speaking of Jalen Hurts, Quinyon Mitchell, Quinyon said he's good to go with that shoulder. Jalen Hurts also is seeming to be primed to play. They both were limited, although they only did walkthroughs yesterday, and I think they were still limited today. But it's just late in the season. They're gonna have guys limited. They're hurt, so they should be going good. But of course, after that hit, Jalen Hurts is nursing that knee, so that's going to be something to look out for in the game. How is that going to affect him in the game with his mobility? Because Washington is not all scrubs. We're not all scrubs on defense. Dante Fowler, Dorrance Armstrong can get after the quarterback. All right, they can get after the quarterback. So that could potentially be a huge impact on the game there. His mobility, if he's a statue in there, them coming after him like they came after Jared Goff and some other statues we played this year. All right. And I'm just going to jump right into some keys to victory. I'm going to start with the Eagles here. I'm going to start with the Eagles because I want to end on my Commanders. The Eagles favored by 6 points, by the way, which is crazy. I think to be favored by more than a field goal after what people have seen the Commanders do, but we can get into that later. All right, first key to victory right here. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm biased, so this is a biased channel. So I'm doing this because I'm trying to be less biased. But I got just a couple quick ones. Very obvious. Run, and run some more. All right, that's the number one key to victory for the Philadelphia Eagles going against the Commanders. My Commanders struggle with the run. This is obvious. Struggling with last game. Saquon Barkley had I think 126 yards. I just rewatched the game actually in preparation for this video, and we were absolutely getting gashed in that first half. But it was the first half. Second half, run game got contained because of the switch up by the Commanders defense, kind of keen on the run, put more guys in the box. But it's still got to keep running the ball. Keep the ball out of Jaden Daniels' hands. That's what y'all need to do. Keep the ball out of Jaden Daniels' hands, and you have a chance. But when he has the ball and he's able to walk up and down the field, ask the Lions. Ask the Buccaneers. Okay. Second key to victory, obviously contain Jaden Daniels and limit the pass game. Don't let Jaden Daniels get out the pocket. All right. It feels weird talking about this from this perspective. I'm always talking about my Commanders from that perspective, but I'm trying something new. But yeah, contain Jaden Daniels if you can. Similar to Saquon Barkley, everybody needs to stop Saquon if you can, But contain Jaden and limit the pass game. Keep him in the pocket. They did a really good job of that last game. I feel they definitely he did get off some big runs in that second half, but for the most part, they were Eagles were keying in on the short pass game, and the run game, and containing Jaden Daniels until he got some few explosives. Just like Saquon, you're not gonna keep him contained all game, but for the most part, you need to keep him as contained as much as possible. And then, last but not least, let Carter cook. Let Jalen Carter cook. That man is a disruptor. He's a beast. He's a beast. A large thing of a man, and he knows how to get to the quarterback. All right, so let him cook. Let him be disruptive. Move him around a little bit on that D line. Find a matchup that works. Attack it. That might be Trent Scott. I could see them attacking Trent Scott all game, seeing if he can hold up at that right guard spot. And so, yeah, just really let Carter cook. Try to get him some stunts, or get him some different moves so that he can be disruptive, be his disruptive self. All right, and obviously, like I said, stay solid on defense, and try to actually make a threat of the pass game. I'll say probably is the last one that I didn't write down, but just as I'm thinking, like, make the pass game a threat. Don't let AJ Brown be on the sideline reading a book, because y'all not gonna win doing that. Y'all not gonna win doing that. So, yeah, those are my 3 keys for the Eagles: run the ball, contain Jaden Daniels, let Carter cook, give AJ Brown the ball. And moving on to my Commanders, there's gonna be some similar things here for them as well, but got a little bit more, because I do think, if we just look at it man for man, overall the Eagles have a much better roster. But I think we have better coaching, better preparation, and better quarterback play. And that has been able to overcome a lot. Whereas I think the Eagles are the opposite, where they have so much talent that they're overcoming sort of some dysfunction and, maybe lesser coaching. But we have the morale. We're hot, red hot, 7-game win streak. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life as a Commanders fan. Definitely not even in NFC Championship game. But let's go here. All right. The biggest key to victory for the Commanders is to mistake-free football. Mistake-free football. That's what's been the success throughout the playoffs. No turnovers. All right, no turnovers against the Lions, but they had 5. All right, and think about the last time we played the Eagles. We had 5 turnovers ourselves and still won the game, right? Imagine if we didn't have those turnovers, what that game could have been like, how comfortably we could have won. Look at how comfortable we beat the Lions with that vaunted offense. Whereas yes, they got Saquon, but I'm not as scared as this Eagles offense as I was of the Lions offense, because Jalen Hurts is not going to be throwing it down the field. AJ Brown's not gonna be going deep. Devontae Smith, they're not gonna be chucking it, especially with this knee injury that Jalen has. So, unless he pulls a Patrick Mahomes, where every time Patrick Mahomes hurts his ankle, he plays better. It's crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen here, right? So we gotta continue to play mistake-free football, right? Let the Eagles make the mistakes, force mistakes on them, but no penalty, no stupid penalties. All right. Last game, Marshawn Lattimore up against AJ Brown, so many pass interference calls. It was very physical. I think some of those calls they definitely should have swallowed the whistle on some of those calls, because it was a physical back and forth. AJ Brown pushing off, they just getting physical. AJ Brown's hooking them, but of course they're gonna give that to the offense every time. But we need to definitely continue to play physical. I think Marshawn Lattimore is coming back. All right, he's getting his sea legs back up under him, and I think it's going to be a great matchup between him and AJ Brown. I don't know if they'll have him following, but we'll see. We definitely need to keep Benjamin St-Juste off of him. Because when Marshawn went out that last game and Benjamin St-Juste came in the game, A.J. Brown was cooking him. Absolutely cooking this man. He could not tackle him at all. Just too much physicality. So that's also a key for I actually wrote down. Keep him off of him. So a few more defensive keys. Settle out on the run, man. Just like we did in the second half against Saquon. Do not fear Jalen Hurts. That's what I want from the coaches. Obviously, prepare for him as, DBs and all that type stuff. But do not fear him more than you fear Saquon and play like that. I need the run game to be silent. He needs to have like 80 yards max. Because of course, he's going to get off. He's going to get touches and he's going to get, a few 8-yard runs here, 10-yard runs here, whatever. That's fine. But we need to limit him, force them to play from behind so that they have to rely on Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. All right. And if we lose that way, so be it. Do not let Saquon get off and get touchdowns and get 60-yard runs and all these crazy plays that he continues to get on us. He was getting them on us on the Giants. Now he's getting them on us on the Eagles. We have to stop the run. Sell out completely. I mean, that box needs to be stacked. And then also with that, get Jalen off the spot. When he does not throw well on the run. He does not throw well outside of the pocket. So collapse that pocket. Stack the box. But let them know they're coming. Confuse him with Frankie Louvu. Let Louvu cook. Put Louvu everywhere. I want him to be fearing for his life. I want him to have nightmares about Frankie Louvu coming through the hole, through the A gap, through the B gap, through any of the gaps, and wreaking havoc. Dropping back in coverage, getting an interception like he did on Kenny Pickett. All right. And then lastly, this is more of a special teams thing right here. Special teams needs to be special, okay? I need Luke to do similar to what he did that last game, but Luke needs to have some big returns. I want to see Jamison Crowder in the punt return because we need to force some punts here. In the punt return game, getting some good returns. No mistakes, no muff punts, no muff kicks, nothing, none of that, right? And Luke McCaffrey, running back for a touchdown, man. This is your time. I'm calling his number. I'm calling you number 12, Luke. Run that thing back for a tutty. All right. He's played really well. I'd love to see that. I think that would break the game right there for us. If Luke can get a kick return for a touchdown, that would be fantastic. Now some offensive keys right here. Terry needs at least 7 catches. At least 7 catches, like 12 targets, something like that. Right. I would love to be like 10 targets, 10 catches. That would be great. Right? Terry needs the ball. They cannot guard him. Darius Slay cannot guard Terry. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. And in the reverse, Marshawn Lattimore and Mikey Sanders still can guard A.J. Brown. It can guard Devontae Smith. I think we let him have a lot of easy stuff, comeback routes, all that type stuff, but they can guard him. But none of them can guard Terry. None of them can guard Terry. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as Quinyon Allen or none of that. Yeah, they always getting safety help. All right. And what I want to see us do, I want us to see us really capitalize in the medium passes. All right, because they're going to be they don't want to get beat deep. They've seen us cook the Lions deep with De'Ami Brown, Terry, all these things, and Terry cooked them last time deep. They're probably going to, protect against that. But I think medium passing game with some hitching routes and some quick digs, things like that, quick slants. And here's the thing. Terry with Sam Howell was elite on quick slants. I mean, I feel like he was perfect 100% on quick slants with Sam Howell. And we haven't really done a lot of that recently. And so I'd like to see some of that. I've been wanting to see some of that all year. I've been wanting to see more Terry. Everybody wants to see more Terry. So that's just a given. But I digress. 7+ for Terry McLaurin. All right. 7+ catches, 80 yards, 80+ yards, whatever. De'Ami Brown also continue to target De'Ami. Continue to take off the top with De'Ami. All right. Just continue to do it. But Terry for sure needs to do it. All right. And that kind of brings me into my next thing right here too. because I said the medium pass games. Limit the screens, okay? They have great linebacker play. The Eagles, that is, have great linebacker play. And in our previous matchup, those linebackers were keying in with Bond and all those guys, keying in on that screen game and on the short passing game. They were absolutely cooking. Granted, I know Cliff Kingsbury, he's going to do a few of them. And we got off on the Lions last week with that big screen pass to Terry, all those. But they got a lot of speed on this Eagles defense. You can keep them honest with some of these. Obviously, they're going to do a few. But I would say the medium pass game more so than these screens. Running the ball, Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez, B-Rob. Let's see if he can continue to get that resurgence that he got with the Lions. I don't know, this D-line for the Philadelphia Eagles. Big bodies. They can control the offensive line. I didn't put that as my key to victory because I feel like that's just a given every week. We have to get the run game going, own the trenches, man oh man. And actually, I have a screenshot. I don't know if I'll put it in the video or not. We'll see. But when I was rewatching the game, I'm watching one of these runs where the Eagles offensive line literally moved our D-line 3 yards before Saquon even passes the line of scrimmage. So we can't have that. We cannot have that. Deron Payne, John Allen, Johnny Newton, Sheldon Day, all these guys got to step up and win the trenches. That's just a given. I wasn't even really going to talk about that because that's just a given, but obviously I just mentioned it here. All right. And I think the last key to victory here for my Commanders, double team Jaden Carter. Double team him. We at all times know where he is. Okay. He, especially in the second half, he is a big playmaker. He has clutch gene in him. Great defender. He needs to be limited. Double team him. Key in on him. Run at him, Well, probably not run at him. He's good against the run. But do whatever you got to do. Like I said, I'm not a big X and O's guy. They know how to stop players like him or mitigate that. But hopefully we can get the great pass protection like we did against the Lions. I expect the Eagles to do everything. I expect them to throw the kitchen sink at Jaden Daniels and hope that he makes a mistake like he did last game. Excuse me. I think that's what they're going to do. But we can't let Jalen Carter get off. All right. So yeah, those are my keys to victory. Let's just look at some of the lines here for the game. Obviously this line, the +6 line, I would take that. All of our games have been close. Either we've won outright or they've been close, especially with the comeback wins that we've been having. 6 is a crazy line. The 9 was a crazy line. Granted, the Eagles have a better defense, but they have a worse offense. So, and I don't think they're gonna put as many points up as people think on us. The 48.5, I can see us matching that. We did get to 30 apiece last matchup, but I don't know. But yeah, +6.5 right now is crazy because the line keeps going up. It opened at like 4.5 or something like that once it was established, and then now it's at +6.5. Everybody's on Philly. Granted, Washington will be making history. I forgot to mention it. Like, Washington will be making history. The first rookie quarterback to ever make it to a Super Bowl. Like, that's insanity. And that's probably what everybody's betting against. History hasn't made it yet. Like, that would be crazy. Like, a chance for history with like the Chiefs versus the Commanders, where a rookie quarterback has a chance to not just make it, but win the Super Bowl, and the Chiefs have a chance to three-peat if it's the Chiefs, or we can get a rematch of the 91 matchup against the Bills. That tragedy of 4 in a row. But let's see. Can I just get some lines real quick? I just want to get some lines really quickly on the game, just kind of see what things are going here. So yeah, 47.5. I think they might actually pass that. I think that I might take the over on that. Let's see. What's the line for Terry right here? Oh, and another thing. Another just this point. They don't even have any lines for. Oh, there it is. Okay, plus 115 for 70 plus on Terry. I might take that actually. Full disclosure though, I'm not gambling at the moment because I had a bad losing streak. But anyways, let me get into this last little point I just thought about. These other two games, Jahan Dotson hasn't had any, he had like one catch. We got to continue to limit Jahan. I mean, I don't think he's a big part of the game plan, but at the same time, for Adam Peters' sake, don't let Jahan get off. Don't let Jahan get off. That's just a last little note. But anyways, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I finally have hope. I'm scared. I feel superstitious in a moment of like not wanting to pick them because I've been picking against us crazy enough. I picked us to beat the Bucks, but I picked us to lose against the Lions, and I've been kind of picking against us in that regard. I'm like, this is why we're winning, but I guess I did pick the Bucks, so I shouldn't be scared. I've been trying to get over that little like, we're good now. I don't have to fear this. I don't have to fear a collapse. We're good now. We have Jaden Daniels. You know what I'm saying? I still have that trauma, but I'm getting over it. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to just say it. I got us winning this game. I think Jaden Daniels is playing elite football. He's playing elite football. Complete control of the offense. Unfazed. Unbothered. He knows. He has the answers. You're blitzing on this side, has the answers. He's seen it. Man, this is not the same team. Even just I think we played them week 9, week 10, whatever. Even from week 9, we're a completely different team. We've progressed so far. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick us to win this game outright. Definitely covering the spread, at least. Definitely covering the spread, but I got us winning this game outright. Another upset on the road. 3 road wins would be insane with a rookie quarterback. Oh, my God. Anyway, but I'm not going to keep dragging this out. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, like this video. Comment down below your thoughts on the game. Any keys to victory? What do you feel about my keys to victory for both the Eagles and the Commanders? Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I'll be dropping my preview for the Chiefs and Bills game as well. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.